In the year 2000, the CEO of the most powerful entertainment company on earth sat across a table from two men asking for help. Their company was bleeding money, their idea was unproven, their future was uncertain. They were offering to sell everything, for $50 million. The CEO laughed at them. He said their company was a joke. He said their business model made no sense. He said they were wasting his time. He sent them home. 14 years later, that CEO's company filed for bankruptcy. The men he laughed at were worth $30 billion, and the decision made in that room, in that single meeting, wiped out an empire that had taken 25 years to build. This is the ripple. To understand what happened in that meeting, you need to understand the world of 1990s entertainment. It was the golden age of the video rental store. Friday night in America looked like this: families piling into the car, driving to their local Blockbuster, walking the aisles under fluorescent lights, picking up a VHS tape for the weekend. It was a ritual, a cultural institution. And at the center of all of it, Blockbuster. By the late 1990s, Blockbuster was untouchable. 9,000 stores across the world. 60 million registered customers. $6 billion in annual revenue. At its peak, Blockbuster was opening a new store every 17 hours. Every 17 hours. The CEO of Blockbuster was a man named John Antioco. Confident, experienced, and completely certain that he understood the entertainment business better than anyone alive. He had built something remarkable. And he knew it. But while Blockbuster was busy counting its money, two men in California were sitting in a garage, angry about a late fee. Reed Hastings had rented Apollo 13 from Blockbuster. He returned it late. The late fee was $40. $40. He was embarrassed. He was frustrated. And on the drive home, he had an idea. What if movies worked like a gym membership? You pay a flat monthly fee. You watch whatever you want. No late fees. No due dates. No embarrassment. He called his friend Mark Randolph. And together, they built Netflix. Netflix launched in 1998 as a DVD rental service by mail. The idea was simple: go online, choose your movie, and it arrives at your door in a red envelope. Watch it. Send it back. Get another one. No late fees. Ever. In the beginning, nobody took them seriously. Why would you wait 2 days for a DVD when you could drive 5 minutes to Blockbuster? Netflix was losing money, fast. By the year 2000, they had burned through almost all of their funding. They had around 300,000 subscribers. They needed a miracle. Reed Hastings made a decision. He picked up the phone and called Blockbuster. He asked for a meeting with John Antioco. The meeting was arranged. Hastings and Randolph flew to Dallas, Blockbuster's headquarters. They walked into that office with one proposal: buy Netflix for $50 million. Make it Blockbuster's online arm. Together, they could dominate both the physical and digital rental market. $50 million. For context, Blockbuster was making $6 billion a year. $50 million was less than 1% of their annual revenue. It was nothing. Antioco listened to the pitch. And then he laughed. He told them Netflix was a niche business. That the internet was not ready for entertainment. That their model would never work at scale. He sent them home. Hastings and Randolph flew back to California, rejected, embarrassed, and running out of money. But they did not quit. Because they had seen something in the future that Antioco had refused to look at. What happened inside John Antioco's mind that day, we can only imagine. Here was a man who had built an empire. Who had seen dozens of competitors come and go. Who had survived every challenge the entertainment industry had thrown at him. He was not a stupid man. He was not an arrogant man by nature. But in that room, he made the single most expensive mistake in business history. He looked at Netflix and saw what it was, not what it could become. He saw a small struggling DVD mail service with 300,000 customers and a money-losing business model. He did not see the internet doubling in speed every 18 months. He did not see broadband reaching American homes within 5 years. He did not see the moment when streaming would make physical stores completely obsolete. He made his decision based on the world as it was, not the world as it was becoming. And the moment he laughed, the moment he sent those two men home, the clock started ticking on Blockbuster's existence. Netflix went back to California and made their own decision. They were not going to sell. They were not going to give up. They were going to build, slowly, carefully, relentlessly, until the world caught up with their vision. They introduced the subscription model. No late fees. Unlimited rentals for a flat monthly price. Customers loved it. The red envelope started appearing in mailboxes across America. And Blockbuster, sitting in its 9,000 stores under fluorescent lights, had no idea what was coming. For the next few years, Blockbuster seemed fine. Netflix was growing, but slowly. Physical stores still dominated. Antioco told his shareholders not to worry. Then in 2004, Blockbuster finally woke up. They launched their own online rental service. They eliminated late fees. They tried to compete directly with Netflix. It was working. By 2005, Blockbuster Online was growing fast. They were matching Netflix feature for feature. They still had 9,000 physical stores as an advantage. They still had 60 million customers. They could still win this. But then, the board of directors made a decision. They removed John Antioco. They brought in a new CEO named Jim Keyes. Keyes looked at the online strategy and called it a distraction. He cut the budget for Blockbuster Online. He refocused the company on physical stores. In 2008, he said publicly, "I've been in the business long enough to be pretty sure that Netflix doesn't pose any real threat to us." That same year, Netflix introduced streaming. No DVDs. No waiting. Instant access to thousands of movies and TV shows, directly on your screen. The world changed overnight. Within 2 years, Blockbuster's revenue collapsed. Stores began closing by the hundreds. Employees lost their jobs. Investors lost everything. In 2010, Blockbuster filed for bankruptcy. 9,000 stores. 60 million customers. $6 billion in annual revenue. Gone. Netflix, the company Antioco had laughed out of his office, was worth $30 billion by 2014. Today, Netflix is worth over $200 billion. And Blockbuster? There is one store left. In Bend, Oregon. It exists as a tourist attraction, a museum to the moment when a giant refused to see the future. Here is the uncomfortable truth about Blockbuster's collapse. John Antioco was not wrong about Netflix in 2000. At that exact moment, Netflix was small, struggling, and unproven. His analysis was logical. His decision made sense based on the information available. That is precisely what makes this story so dangerous. Because the most catastrophic decisions in life are rarely the obviously stupid ones. They are the ones that seem completely reasonable at the time. Antioco looked at Netflix and evaluated it based on the present, not the trajectory. He asked, "What is this today?" instead of, "What could this become in 5 years?" This is the mistake we all make. Every single day. Think about your career. That new skill, that new industry, that new opportunity, you look at it today and it seems small. Unproven. Not worth your time. So you ignore it. You stay comfortable in what you already know. But industries move like Netflix moved. Slowly at first, then all at once. And by the time the change is obvious to everyone, it is too late to catch up. Think about your relationships. That small problem, that distance, that unspoken tension, that pattern you keep ignoring, it seems manageable today. Not worth addressing. You will deal with it later. But problems compound exactly like Netflix compounded. Slowly, invisibly, until the day they cannot be ignored, and by then, the damage is already done. The lesson from Blockbuster is not, embrace technology. The lesson is this, always evaluate things by their trajectory, not their current size. The question is never, what is this today? The question is always, what does this become if it keeps growing? Blockbuster saw a small DVD mail company. They should have been asking, what does this become when every home in America has fast internet? What small thing in your life are you dismissing today, that could change everything tomorrow? One meeting. One laugh. One decision to send 2 men home. $200 billion lost. That is the power of a single moment, and that is what the ripple is about. Every week, We go back to the exact moment when everything changed, and we show you what it means for your life today. If you want to know the next turning point in history, the next video is already waiting.